Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here in this yoga class. We are going to do about 30 minutes of yoga. So if you're not already, you're going to get yourself down on your mat and or in your space, making sure that you have found your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose, which is how I like to start the classes. You do not have to sit cross-legged in an easy seated pose. You could sit on your knees, or you could sit with your legs stretched out in front of you. The thing that we are looking for in our Sukhasana is that we can sit upright without a lot of tension. So we need something that allows us to relax in the hip joints, so relax the knees away. Lets us drop the shoulders. Lets us keep this upright neutral spine whilst relaxing in the belly. Closing your eyes. Notice your breathing. Steady the breathing, smooth it out. Long inhales, matched exhales. Steady breath is your anchor. As many of you know, I teach all of my classes with a piece of literature to try and help us frame some yoga philosophy in our lives. So for this class, we are using a book called The Argonauts, and it's by Maggie Nelson. It's not the ancient story of the Argonauts. I suppose in essence this book is about creativity that can be found beyond the boundaries. Nelson's book itself defies any kind of definition. It's a sort of memoir as well as being a love story, and it's philosophy. It's all of them, it's none of them. It's about making a family and all of the creative ways that we can do that beyond the boundaries of society. It's about all of the love and the tenderness that goes into building families. It's about rejection of societal structure and finding love in the space that we make for ourselves in this world. A worthy pursuit and something that we strive for in yoga. A day or two after my love pronouncement, now feral with vulnerability, I sent you the passage from Roland Barthes by Roland Barthes, in which Barthes describes how the subject who utters the phrase, "I love you," is like the Argonaut renewing his ship during its voyage without changing its name. Just as the Argo's parts may be replaced over time, but the boat is still called the Argo, whenever the lover utters the phrase, "I love you," its meaning must be renewed by each use, as the very task of love and of language is to give to one and the same phrase inflections which will be forever new. I know we're still here, who knows for how long, ablaze with our care, its ongoing song. You're going to take 3 more breaths sitting here. And then inhaling, blinking your eyes open if they weren't already. As you exhale, you're going to get your legs out in front of you, straight out in front of you. I'm going to put mine on this bolster. That is because I have a knee injury and I cannot straighten my left leg. So throughout the class, I will make it very clear when my left leg is doing something that I don't want your left leg to do. I will be as verbally specific as I can be. So if you think something looks a bit funny, that's why my leg will not straighten. So I will be using this bolster points during the class when I need it. If you need props as well, make sure you have them to hand. Props are for the wise, not for the weak. So we're going to sit up straight with our legs stretched out in front of us. Keep that body long. And on an exhalation, you're just going to fold your way forwards. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Do not worry about how close to the legs you come. Worry about keeping, if worry is the word, worry about keeping your body long so that you have space to breathe. It's not important how quickly we press down into our hamstrings in a forward fold. We want to think about our sit bones tipping back and our crown of our head stretching forward so the whole torso is still long. We don't curve over the legs, we extend over them. 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, draw yourself upright. As you exhale, drop your hands down behind you with your fingers pointing towards your seat. Bend your feet about halfway in. And inhale, lift your hips up. This is our tabletop, and we are trying to get our hips in line with our knees, which are in line with our shoulders. So flat. So what we don't want is to start sagging down. You want to suck up in the glutes. Press into those thighs. Lift the chest high. You can drop the head back if you like, but that's often not very comfortable on the neck. So if it doesn't feel good, keep your chin in your chest. Last breath here. And next exhalation, gently swing that seat back down. Legs stretch out again. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, another Paschimottanasana, another seated forward fold. You do not have to have your hands on your feet. They can be on your legs. They can be on the mat. Last breath. Inhale, drawing yourself upright. And as you exhale, you're going to cross those ankles and rock over into all fours. Inhale here, keeping your hips above your knees. As you exhale, walk your hands away and drop your chest down towards the mat. This may feel too strong. That is absolutely fine. You could use a prop. I can show you. If you have a cushion to hand, you can rest your chest on it and drop the head forwards. Or if you don't have a prop or you don't want to do it that way, you just bend the elbows down and you experiment with how far forwards you can take those elbows. Whichever option you've chosen, try to let go in the chest. It's often quite difficult when something feels tense and resisting like this, to just ask ourselves to let it drop down. Feel like your sternum is very heavy and it's pulling into the mat. Have another breath here. Next inhalation, carefully walk yourselves back up into all fours. So wrists are underneath the shoulders now. And next inhalation, lift the chin, lift the sit bones, belly down. Exhale, reverse that, chin in. Inhale, coming back through, press the belly button down. And exhale, push the spine up, chin in, tailbone down. 3 more rounds of breath, moving smoothly with your own breath rhythm. One more round of breath now. Don't worry if you feel like you're ahead or behind, doesn't matter, as long as you've moved with your breath. And when you've done those in total 5 breaths, inhaling with the back flat. Exhale, tuck those toes and you're lifting up and back. Downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So we are spreading our fingers. We can push each finger joint into the mat and really feel the hands pressing down firmly. And press the chest back towards the feet. And look back at your knees or your feet. Your legs can be straight or they can be bent like mine. It's up to you. Two more breaths here. Press those heels down. Next inhalation, walking your feet in towards your hands. Leave them hip width apart and exhale in a forward fold, Uttanasana.
Make sure the head is heavy. You're not trying to hold it up. Don't look forwards. Just let the head go. Let the arms go. So they're dropping from the shoulders. If you don't like the sensation of the arms hanging or on the mat, try holding your elbows and bring the weight forward so you're pressing into the balls of the feet and the heels feel light. Your legs can be as bent as you like mine, or they can be straightened out. It's up to you. Last breath here. And inhale, you're going to roll yourself upright. Bend the knees if they weren't already to make it softer.
Shoulders rolling back, chin lifting at the top there. Now you can do this like me if you like. I'm going to do the next sun salutations with my knees bent the whole time. You can do that the same as me, or you can do it with straight legs. It's up to you. So next, inhalation, reaching up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, lift to the fingertips or higher. Exhale, step your right foot back, and then your left. Drop your knees, your chest and your chin. Inhale, drop the belly down and lift just your upper chest. This is your cobra. Exhale, rolling back, downward dog. Inhale, bend those knees, look towards your hands. Step the right foot in, then the left. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, prepare, fingertips or higher. Exhale, left foot back, then the right, dropping through the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhaling in your little cobra, belly down, upper chest up. Exhale, rolling back, downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Left foot's going to step in, then the right. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands down. Another one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, get your feet back, lowering either through knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga if you're familiar with it. Inhaling either cobra or upward facing dog if you're familiar with it. And exhale, we're all going to make our way back, downward facing dog. Paying as much attention to this downward dog as you did the first one. Heels pressed down, chest presses back, gaze is back, so the back of the neck is long. 2 more breaths. Next inhalation, bend your knees, look towards your hands. We can step those feet in. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, sweeping all the way up. Exhale, good. First variation, inhale. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, get those feet back, lowering down. Inhaling in your back bend. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting up that right leg. Exhale here. Keep the hips square so the right side of the pelvis is down. 3-leg downward dog, 1 more breath. And now as you inhale, you're going to swing that right foot all the way forwards and try and drop it outside your right hand. Your left leg is straight. Mine is going to be bent here. Looking forwards as you inhale, I'm going to drop my back knee. You can as well, because if while doing this your back knee feels not good, try dropping it down. Otherwise, inhale, gaze forwards, and exhale, you're going to drop onto your forearms if you can. It may well be the case that it is simply too tight and unpleasant feeling in your hips to put the forearms down, so keep the arms straight, or try bending them slightly. You have to find what works for you. It's the most important thing. You do not ever want to push into an area of pain. It does you no good at all. 2 more breaths here. And next inhalation, straighten up those arms if they weren't already. And as you exhale, your back leg is straight at this point with the toes tucked, pushing into the heel. So inhale again there. I will try and lift slightly. And as you exhale, see if you can pick up that right foot, swing it back, put it on top of the left foot, which rocks onto the outside edge, and inhale the right arm up, Vashisthasana, side plank. Push the mat away and lift the hips. That's the important thing. Support your side plank however you need. Maybe you want to put the bottom knee down. Maybe you want to cross the top leg across. It's up to you. Maybe the issue is your wrist, in which case put your forearm down. Last breath. Exhale, carefully bring yourself into a plank. So drop that right arm, inhale, your legs are straight. And exhale, lifting up and back, downward dog. Have a breath in the middle. Inhale, lifting that left leg up. A couple of breaths here. Squared hips. Drop that right heel down. Gaze back, last breath. And now as you exhale, you're using some momentum to swing that left foot all the way forwards. Put it outside the left hand. Inhale, gaze forward. See the strong right leg here. And exhale, if you want, if you can, coming lower into your hip stretch. You do not have to come down here. We can keep the arms straight. You'll still be stretching in your hip. Hips are things that we need to look after. So if something in your body is telling you it doesn't want you to do the thing you're doing, don't do it. One more breath. And then inhale, straighten up the arms if they weren't already. And as you exhale, you pick up that left foot. You step it back on top of the right, which swings onto the outside edge. And inhale, lift that left arm up. So your left leg is straight, unless, of course, you want to use it to prop yourself up like this. Or maybe you prefer to put the bottom knee down. Or maybe your forearm. Lift the hips high. Reach that hand up. Push the mat away. Breathing steadily. Last breath. Next exhalation, carefully coming over into your plank. Inhale there. Exhale. Lifting the hips up and back in the next exhalation. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands, step the feet in. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, sweeping all the way up. Exhale, hands down, well done. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step or float those feet back, lowering yourselves down. Inhaling in your back bend. Exhale, up and back. Downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through, swing the left heel down on the mat. Inhale, cartwheel the arms, so the left arm's coming up and over. Looking over those right fingernails, your left leg is straight. Bending into the right leg. Left arm reaches back. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Have another breath here. Next exhalation, drop your left hand onto your left leg. Inhale, turn up the front palm and reach it up and back. Keep your right leg bent. You're coming into a reverse warrior. You're going to go further back than me if you can. I can't press into my knee in this position. It's a little back bend. Keep the belly strong so you're not crunching into your lower back. One more breath. Inhale, lifting yourselves back out, warrior 2. Exhale, drop the left hand onto the left hip. Look forwards and start to reach your right hand beyond your right toes. Drop your right hand on the mat beyond your right toes. Inhale, hop that left leg in and lift it up. Now you can use props here for the right hand, or you can bend your right leg. Let's keep our left hand on our hip, or if you feel that you've got the opening, try lifting it up. If that feels painful in the shoulder, keep it on the hip. Ardha Chandrasana, one more breath here. Here's the tricky bit. On your next exhalation, bend that left leg in, reach your left hand back and see if you can grab a hold of the left ankle. It may take some wiggling around. Gaze back when you've got it. And on the next inhalation, see if you can just stand up. Reach the right arm forwards. Press the left ankle into the left hand. Well done. Do not worry if you've wobbled or you've fallen over. It doesn't matter. The wobbles are good. They build strength. Last breath. There I go. There I go on a wobble. Next exhalation, drop the right hand. Release that left foot and step back into a downward dog.
Have a breath there. Ready for the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the foot through, swing the right heel down. Inhale, cartwheel those arms. Looking over the left fingernails now, pushing into that right heel. Shoulders are open. Last breath here. Next exhalation, you're going to drop the right hand on the right leg. Inhale, turn up that front palm. Watch it as it comes up and over. Keep that left leg bent though. Don't be tempted to straighten it up. Keep the belly strong to support yourself. Last breath. Inhale, lifting yourselves out. Exhale, right hand on right hip. Look forwards. Reach the left hand down beyond the left toes. Inhale, hop that right foot in to help you, and then lift it up. So see if you can start to open your chest out to the side here in your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. You maybe lift the right hand up, but it may just be simpler and easier on your shoulders to keep it on the hip. Last breath. Next exhalation, you're going to bend that right leg. Reach back with the right hand. Like I said, it might take some flapping around till you've got it. And on an inhalation, don't overthink it, just stand up. Your left leg is straight, pressing your right ankle into your right hand, reaching your left hand forwards. 2 more breaths, Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Well done, last breath. The next exhalation, gently come back down. Release yourself into your downward dog, well done. Have a breath there. Next exhalation, drop your knees, cross your ankles behind you, or swing your legs around because you're coming to sit down on your seat. When you're ready, rolling down onto your back, bend your feet in. You want them nice and close in, and your heels in line with your sit bones. So we don't want the feet together. You want to think of them hip width apart because your heels are in line with your sit bones. Arms down by your sides, palms pressing into the mat. We're going to do a bridge pose, a Setu Bandhasana. So on your next inhalation, starting with your sacrum, you're going to peel your spine off the mat. So you lift up that sacrum, the lower back comes up, the mid back comes up, and you're just pressing your shoulders and your upper back into the mat. Squeeze in your glutes to lift the hips higher. Keep the thighs strong, so don't let your knees flail out to the side. 3 more breaths here. Keep lifting those hips. Let's have 2 more breaths. It's good. Last one. Next exhalation, gently lower the back down onto the mat. Have a breath there. And we're going to do a second bridge pose. So next inhalation, peeling your way up. Now you can either keep the hands where they are, or you can shuffle your shoulder blades underneath yourself so you can clasp your hands together. It can just help us lift the hips a little higher. You do not have to. Remember to keep those thighs strong, so don't let the knees wing out. Press those knees straight forwards, lift the hips, squeeze in the glutes, squeeze in the thighs. 3 more breaths. Next exhalation, release the hands first if they were clasped, and everyone gently rolling your way down. Have a breath there. One more. And then on the next inhalation, you can pick up the feet, pull the knees into the chest. You can hold your knees with your hands, or you can wrap your forearms around your shins. You can just stay as you are, or you can add a little movement, so you could roll the knees around to massage the lower back, or rock slightly backwards and forwards. Whatever might help. Just ease your lower back out. We were compressing it by bending it in one direction, so let's massage it as we gently roll it in the other. 2 more breaths like this.
And then on your next exhalation, stopping any movement that you were doing, and you're going to stretch out. So extend those legs away, and you're coming to lie flat on your back if that is comfortable for you. Give it a go first. Try lying flat down. If you feel, say, a tweak in your lower back, which is not unusual, then try bending your knees in or putting something underneath your knees. You can have your hands by your sides, palms up, or maybe you prefer having them on your belly. But take the time here to find your repose. Once you're in your comfortable position, this is your Shavasana, your resting pose, then let go. Let go of any effort that you might have been holding on to. Let the breath be steady and natural. Falling heavily in the mat. Empirically speaking, we are made of star stuff. Why aren't we talking more about that? Materials never leave this world. They just keep recycling, recombining. That's what you kept telling me when we first met, that in a real material sense, what is made from where? I didn't have a clue what you were talking about, but I could see you burned for it. I wanted to be near that burning. I still don't understand. But at least now my fingers ride the lip. Start to take some deeper breaths. Let's fill the lungs a little more expansively. Empty them away a little more completely. And when you've had a couple of these more exaggerated breaths, bring some movement to the fingers and the toes, give them a flicker or a wiggle. And when you're ready, roll over onto your right-hand side just to take a moment there. Moving slowly, trying to keep your eyes closed, your gaze soft. You're going to push yourself upright and make your way back into a Sukhasana, into the easy seated pose that we started in. Whatever that looks like for you. As long as you can maintain that neutral spine, you can relax the belly and drop the shoulders away. You can breathe softly and steadily. This whole book, The Argonauts, is about ways that we make space for ourselves. And much of yoga is about just that, making space for yourself, your needs, the way you are. Not trying to adjust yourself to fit an expectation created by another, but being creative enough to make your space for you. I'll leave you with the last quotation from The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson for the class. I told you I wanted to live in a world in which the antidote to shame is not honor, but honesty. Blinking your eyes open if they weren't already. Thank you very, very much for being here with me today. I hope that I will see you very soon, either here on this channel, or feel free to have a look at my Instagram or my website, whichever one is linked below. Thank you very much.